Welcome back to the Out of Here podcast. We're going to be recapping the last 5 or so days for the Giants and going over a brief overview of the minor league teams, some of our top prospects for the Giants, because we haven't done that in a few weeks now. So, yeah, we'll start off with the last few days for the Giants, though. What do you think, Alex?
Uh, pretty frustrating week. Like they only got one win out of the last four games and had one big blowout against the Reds of all teams. Like they definitely got to be better than that.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
not
do,
looking
do the
good.
Reds just play the Giants well, or do the Giants not play the Reds well? Because it's been like that all year.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know. Like it was just some ugly games, and even the game they won, it wasn't like. I feel like it's mostly been a offensive struggle
Well,
for
they
the
did
most.
put out 9 runs in the
Yeah,
game they won, so it wasn't,
that that's and that's like all home runs, which is the team that they've been.
Mhm.
I don't know. Just seems pretty rough.
Yeah. It's. I think for me, it's like honestly, I think their pitching is letting them down a little more than the offense. Their starters, man, like Disclafani, I guess is the first. Okay, first off, I guess I could talk about what you said, where it's like they're hitting a lot of home runs, but that's kind of all their offense has been. Um, and you're kind of right because they're fourth place in the National League with 90 homers, which isn't quite as good as the pace they were on last year or anything, but it's still very respectable, especially at Oracle Park. But batting average is 11th place, so that's definitely some room for improvement. Their on base percentage is again in fourth place though, so they're getting a lot of walks. Billy being approved. But yeah, like you said, it's a lot of they'll get the home run when they need it. But I feel like lately it's especially just been lack of hitting with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, because I mean, I think I asked you like a few games ago, like if they were leading the league in solo home runs, because I feel
Uh,
like 80%, 90% of their home runs are all solo homers.
lately it has been, yeah.
Yeah, which it really hurts them because they got power, like you said, they're fourth in home runs, right? But it's not happening with guys on base, it seems like.
It's crazy too, because it's like 17 of those homers from Jock Peterson, who obviously wasn't on the team last year. It's like, damn. So if they didn't have Jock Peterson, where would their offense be? Like if it was just last year's players and then take them to this year, this team would probably be a 500 team, maybe if that, um, just from the offensive decrease alone. But yeah, I guess so. Going back these last 4 games, because that's what's happened since we last had a podcast episode. We had Alex Wood, Alex Cobb, Logan Webb, and Anthony DeSclafani making starts, and the only one to win their start was Logan Webb, pitched really well in the 9-2 victory. But man, DeSclafani yesterday, oh my god.
Yeah, I'm running out of patience a little bit with this Sclafani. Like he just came back from his injury, but like he's pretty much gone back to how he started the season. So
Yeah, I mean, I've been waiting for him to like, okay, when he just has to come out of his injury, he'll go back to his old form, whatever. But I don't know, man. Before the injury, it was like, okay, slow start to the year. Then he was injured. Okay, he was injured. That's why he wasn't pitching well. And then the start after the injury, okay, he's still rehabbing the injury. But now it's like it's bad start after bad start. I mean, he's given up homers. He's given up a lot of base hits. I guess the only good thing is he's kind of keeping his walks down pretty well, but God, I don't know, man. He's got to figure it out. We're in trouble.
hmm yeah, especially with June is out for a decent amount of time. Can't
Yeah, do we know when he's coming back, or is it still?
I don't have much info on that. I think they did say it was like what no, I'm not even gonna try to remember it. It's been a while since he got hurt, to be honest.
And then our other starters, right? Alex Wood, Alex Cobb.
They've both been kind of struggling. Well,
Yeah,
actually, Wood was good until the last game. But
Well,
yeah, in
yeah.
general,
So we had. I'm just pulling up their stat lines. Alex Cobb went 4 1/3, gave up 2 earned runs, and then Wood I think was a little bit worse. He was pulling it up. Yeah, Wood's start was horrible. That's right. Yeah. He lasted an inning and he gave up 6 earned runs.
yeah.
Kind of reminded me of the DeSclafani start a little bit. Um, yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, it's just one series, I guess, but we got to figure it out. Got to figure out the starting pitching because it can't just be Webb and Rodon carrying us the rest of the way, or we're not going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, definitely. You can't survive on two reliable starters at all.
And yeah, I mean, with Cobb, it's like obviously he's still pitching well overall, but at some point we got to get results from him.
Yeah, the
Like
numbers gotta come too.
he has had 10 starts and his ERA is 5.48, and I know that there's underlying stats that suggest he should be doing better, but it's like at some point, man, I'm starting to run out of patience. Just make it happen. Yeah, I mean, what else you got to add over these last 2 games? Anything?
Um, I mean, there's not much to say about the bullpen. I feel like they've been fine, except for uh, there's one game or that might have been a game we already talked about, but I feel like in general the bullpen's been okay this last month. So I don't think there's too much to talk about with them.
I mean, yeah, Tyler Rogers still kind of has to figure it out. I think he went. Yeah, he did one game against the Reds and he pitched in a scoreless inning. So that was good. But yeah, I don't know. Nothing feels the same, right? Like our bullpen last year was so reliable, and this year there's so many guys who like they put them out there and I do not feel good about them anymore, which is really too bad. Was Zach Littell, he was optioned, right? It says he's on the 40 man.
That's news to me, to be honest. I didn't realize he got optioned.
Yeah, it says
or
he's
if
on
he
the
did.
40 man roster. Yeah, he was. He was to make room for, was it Mercedes?
Oh, I thought he was just. I thought Crawford going on the IL made room
Oh,
for
maybe that might have been
Mercedes.
what it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, it says Littell was on the 40 man. I thought I knew that. Maybe not. Anyway, I don't think we have too much more to add over these last 4 games. Pretty ugly. Got to turn it around. You got some soft opponents coming up. You got the Tigers coming to town, and then the White Sox, who've actually been struggling quite a bit lately. So those are going to be 5 home games in a row. But anyway,
Yeah.
well, go ahead.
I definitely think they should have taken a little bit more advantage of the opponents that they've had over the last month. Like their schedule was pretty soft, but they pretty much kept the same record that they started the month with, like in terms of above 500.
Yeah, it's like they can't break out. Like they're a little bit of about over 500 team, but right now that's not good enough to make playoffs. So, all right. So the bulk of this episode, because there's not too much exciting to talk about on the Giants because they've been really bad lately. We're going to talk about the minor league teams. We're going to talk about some of the prospects, see how they're doing, check in. Some guys who have been sent down, cough, cough, Joey Bart. We'll check in on them, see how they're doing. And I guess just look at our top, according to MLB.com, at least our top prospect rankings and see how they're doing at their respective levels. So yeah, should we start low to high or high to low, like AAA to single? What do you think?
We can start AAA to single. Yeah.
All right, cool. So River Cats, what do you want to talk about?
Well, in terms of guys on their top 30 prospect list, maybe we could start with Ramos, even though he's been struggling, I think, mightily in AAA, right?
Yeah, Ramos, 619 OPS. He does have 6 homers, batting 208, it looks like. He's walking a fair bit, striking out about 25% of his plate appearances. Yeah, I mean, this guy's a pretty highly touted prospect. We really were hoping he was going to make a jump this year, and he does not look like he can even really stay in AAA right now.
Yeah, I mean, he is young, right? But you
22.
kind of expected more as a top prospect. You just hope he doesn't flame out, you know?
Well, it's not like he was great last year either. He played last year, he was in AA and AAA. He was about 50-50 in each. And he ended the year with a 740 OPS overall. You know, not really great, especially from an outfielder, right? Which is where you want to typically your outfielders are your better hitters. So OPS of 740 in the minors, not great. And this year it's just gotten worse. And his limited time on the big league squad, he was 2 for 13 with a walk. So I don't know. I don't really like his outlook.
Yeah, just maybe he's probably going to be in AAA next year as well. And I just hope he can become more consistent with another year in AAA, because it's also supposed to be like a hitter's league at PCL.
They say that, yeah, but not really looking like that right now. At least for the River Cats. River Cats started off really well actually this year. I think they won. I don't remember how many of the first 10 they won, but it was like 7 of their first 10 or something like that. And now they are 30-42, which is obviously not great. And that's about where they were last year. So yeah, lone bright spot, I think, on that team is kind of David VR.
Yeah, he's been pretty good. Like he had another few home runs, I think, like in a few games ago. I'd say the only issue with his stats right now is his strikeout percentage, but I mean he looks like a pretty solid hitter right now in AAA.
Yeah, he's striking out. It looks like that's about 30% of the time. Let's see, 72 over 254 play. Yeah, 28.3% of the time he's striking out. Not great for AAA, but he has hit 20 homers. He walks a lot. His on-base percentage is over 400, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. We're kind of deep at third base on the big league squad, but you got to think we're going to call him up at some point, right?
Yeah, I mean, if the season takes a turn for the worse, I think you definitely see him. But if they start to improve, then I'm not sure, like, because you don't really want to shake up the team too much.
On the pitching side, background interference.
Yeah, sorry. That's all good.
Yeah, just on the pitching side for AAA, not a ton to get excited about, really. Sean Jelly has been starting a lot down there. He's got a 4.50 ERA and 12 starts. Kind of like whatever, nothing too crazy promising. We recently, called up Junior Marte. It's good to see him. Gregory Santos. He's still 22 years old, hoping he could develop some more. Overall, I would say just not too much to get excited about our AAA team. I think it's the lower levels that have more of a prospect still.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I feel like our single A, high A, and double A teams have our most promising prospects. Like, just to name a few, is Harrison, Luciano, like Bednar. Even Hunter Bishop has had a good week last week, so hopefully he's making a turn for the better again. But yeah.
Well, yeah, we could take a look at the double A team. Richmond Flying Squirrels, they're 40-29, quite a bit more promising than the AAA team. But yeah, no, Richmond Flying Squirrels, this is kind of what we're saying. You're starting to get into some more of our stronger prospects. Will Wilson, the shortstop, 852 OPS in double A at 23 years old. That's pretty nice to see. Kyle Harrison, like you said, recently promoted to double A. He's been kind of shaky, but his last start was very good.
Yeah, and he's striking out a ton of guys. Like, I think I saw something on Twitter. Like he's at almost 40% of his batter's face he struck out, which is pretty good.
You'd think at some point that's going to fall off, like as he keeps climbing higher and higher.
Yeah, but hey, I mean, if he continues to do it, that would be nice.
Yeah, kind of a surprise. This guy Shane Matheny,
Hmm.
he's got the top OPS on the team. He's 26 years old, and he wasn't any good last year. Um, I don't know. Do you know anything about him?
Never heard of him. Apparently, he was a 23rd round pick in
Nice.
2017.
Farhan knew what he was doing. Actually, was
I,
even with
I
us
don't
or was
think
he with
Farhan
us?
was there yet.
He was still calling the shots back then. He was a secret agent of the Dodgers.
Yeah, well, he is a little over age for Double A, but um, he's doing well, so maybe he'll get called up soon. But he is a third baseman, so maybe when VR gets called up, if and when he would get
If
called up
yeah.
too.
Yeah. The only thing with him, it's just like he has 678 OPS last year, and before that, really his numbers like nothing special at all. And then all of a sudden this year it's over 900. So hopefully he figured something out. Maybe it's a fluke. Who knows? Um, yeah, who else? Ooh, Matt Frisbee,
Matt Frisbee.
legend.
Yeah, I don't know much about Frisbee, but I do remember. I think he started a few games in AAA last season.
He was no good.
Yeah,
764 ERA in his 9 starts.
yeah. I don't really know how they're. He's 25. I don't. Yeah, I don't know much about him. Um, but I guess he's doing well this year in Double A.
He's doing all right. 404 earned run
Hmm.
average. He's not really much of a strikeout guy either. Which is, funny. Before COVID, it looks like he was striking out like 10 or 11 batters per 9 innings. And now in Double A, it's down to 6.9 for 9 innings. So not the direction I want to see that going.
Who else can we say in Double A? I think one guy I know is Tristan Beck. I've heard a little bit about him. I think he recently got called up because he's only got 3 games that he's pitched in Double A. It seems.
Yeah, he's 26, just turned 26.
Yeah.
And yeah, just called him up. But it looks like they called
Actually,
him up a
no.
while ago.
Yeah, no. Wait. Based on what I see, it looks like he was in Triple A. So maybe he got put down to Double A.
Well, no, okay, so he said 3 starts in Double A and 9 in Triple A. I don't know
Yeah.
what the order was though.
Oh, that's true. It might have been
I,
one and then the other.
I think he went from Double A to Triple A because he finished
Ah,
last
yeah.
year in Double A.
Okay. Okay. Well, he
That's
struggles in
funny.
Triple A so far.
Big time. Yeah, and
um,
again in 26, it's like nothing to get too excited about there, really.
yeah, yeah, that's definitely true. Like Kyle Harrison really sticks out being only 20 years old and doing pretty decently well in
He's our guy.
Double A.
Yeah, Kyle Harrison's our guy in Double A. He's the big one. Him and I guess Will Wilson. Will Wilson's pretty decent prospect, right?
Yes, they got him a few years ago from the Angels.
Yeah.
He was a former first round pick, so
Anyway, I think as we keep moving down, removing some A's from the team, the teams just get more interesting. So should we move on to Eugene Emeralds?
yeah, this is probably the most exciting team in general for the whole Giants organization. Like,
Well, especially before they got rid of Harrison, right?
yeah. Like while Harrison was still there, it was definitely like one of the best like rosters on paper in terms of a minor league team. I feel like.
Yeah, but anyway, what they got, so that their record 40 and 26, just getting better as we go down and down. Casey Schmidt has the top OPS of any of our regular players. He's the third baseman, ranked the 13th prospect in our system. I guess because he's a little old, 23. I guess is a little oldish for being in high A ball, but
Yeah,
he's been good, really good.
yeah, I definitely see like him getting called up. I feel like it's kind of just it'll be a domino effect. Like once VR gets moved up, then that guy Matheny will get moved up, and then Schmidt will get moved up.
He used to pitch. It's interesting. In
Yeah,
college, he pitched quite a bit.
yeah, I definitely like him though as a third baseman of the future because I think I've heard he's got a very good glove over there. So
Yeah, it's good. And yeah, batting wise, he's been really good this year. 887 OPS. Strikeout, not too much of a concern. A little over 20%. He walks a fair bit. Got a lot of power. 12 homers. Yeah, I would say he's the most exciting hitter other than the number one prospect in the organization right now.
Yeah, which is actually pretty surprising, to be honest, because I didn't really know much about Schmidt as a hitter
Yeah.
before. Yeah, because it's only been his like second year in the organization. But yeah, hopefully he can continue this success as he moves up, because I definitely am hopeful for him.
But yeah, number one guy, Marco Luciano.
Mhm.
He's been good. He struggled last year when they called him up. I think he went from the San Jose Giants to the Eugene Emeralds. He went low A to high A, and he
Yeah,
struggled with that. But now, he's back. He looks really good again.
yeah. I mean, he's still very young for that division, and seeing the success now, that is very good to see.
Yeah, 867 OPS for 20-year-old Marco Luciano. Batting 288, 360 OBP, and he's got 8 homers in 164 plate appearances, which is pretty good, especially for a shortstop.
Yeah, I do know like that he may not stay as a shortstop as he moves up, but hopefully he can.
Now we got a few other, we got really a lot of other prospects to talk about on this high A team. None of them are really doing quite as well as the guys we mentioned, but MLB.com has Patrick Bailey as our 7th overall prospect, and he's our catcher for the Eugene Emeralds, and he has been struggling a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really watched over him too much, but he's only hitting 204. He's 23. You definitely want to see better numbers from him, especially when the team drafted him in the first round, and they definitely expect him to be up as a probably a starter, or working in tandem with Bart in the future. But it's not really looking too good.
So he was kind of like Luciano, where he started last year in low A and ended in high A. And he was really good in low A. And then when he was called up to high A, he really struggled. But whereas Marco Luciano really has had a good year so far. For Patrick Bailey, it's really just been more of the same from last year, where he's really struggling with high A ball. So yeah, I hope he could turn it around. Another prospect on the offensive side, high A ball, we got Hunter Bishop. I think you were talking about him earlier.
Yeah, I mean, he was another first round pick that for the first few years he didn't really do much in the organization, but I think last week he won some sort of like Player of the Week award, which I just hope is like a sign that he's gonna improve for the rest of the season, because they're definitely hopeful for him.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, same thing with him. He was killing it in low A ball. They called him up to high A last year. He struggled a bit. He's struggling even more this year.
I do know he's definitely dealt with a lot of injury issues his first few years. It's really derailed the first part of his early career, but
I just realized
yeah.
I had the wrong guy pulled up. I had Jairo Pomares, who's another prospect. But
Yeah,
yeah, Bishop. Yeah, Bishop he was called up last year, but he hardly played last year. So
yeah, Bishop has had a lot of injury issues.
yes, definitely. But yeah, Jairo Pomares, another. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. Pomares, probably something like that. Ranked as our number 6 prospect, and he's been not great so far in Eugene. He was killing it down in San Jose last year, but not really making the adjustment very nicely.
Yeah, the Giants have a lot of kind of outfield uh like prospects that are very highly ranked, but
Struggling.
none of them have really kind of done anything of note. I'd say like based on their top 30 prospects list, going all the way down to someone we're going to talk about soon in single A, but yeah, like most of their top outfield prospects have struggled so far.
Yeah. Well, I guess we could go ahead and talk about the other the other high A ball offensive prospect who struggled. Luis Matos, I guess you'd say.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he was, according to MLB.com, he was our number 3 prospect going into this year, and he has been bad, like really, really bad for the Emeralds.
Yeah, I do know he was out for a while with an injury to start the season, but they definitely want to see more out of Matos because, I mean, you're really hoping that him and Luciano can probably reach the majors at the exact same time, and maybe like a few years or maybe even at the end of next season. But yeah, it's hard to really think he's going to progress at the same rate right now as Luciano with how he's struggled.
And to give you to give you guys an idea of what we mean, his OPS with Eugene this year is 485. He's batting 181. He has 1 home run. He has 12 walks in 154 plate appearances. It's been bad, been really rough. He's only 20, and he was a very highly ranked prospect. He was number 73 in all of baseball going into this year. So hope he can figure it out. Really hope he can figure it out.
Yeah. Another one we can kind of talk about, even though he is pretty old for even high A. He just got called up recently as Von Brown. He was torching single A until they finally called him up. And for someone that came out of college into the draft, like, you're probably hoping if he's actually going to make an impact on the major league team, he's going to be up in AAA by next season. So that would have to be a big jump.
Well, yeah, I could see it. Put him in AA by the end of this year. Start next year, AA or AAA, and yeah, I could see it.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting how they had him in single A for so long, though.
Well, they didn't have. He was in single. So last year he was on Giants Orange Rookie League, 23 years old, because he played in college until the end of last year. And now he started with the San Jose Giants, and all of a sudden 1064 OPS in 59 games. And so far with Eugene Emeralds, he's only played in 2 games, but he's been 3 for 7 with a double, couple walks. And it's also worth noting that basically everywhere this guy has played in the last 2 years, he's played on 5 different teams, and some of the sample sizes are bigger than others, but in every single one, his OPS has been over 1,000 everywhere he's played, which, I mean, I don't know if he just kind of came out of, they drafted him in the amateur draft last year, 10th round, but I mean, everywhere he's playing, he's absolutely killing it right now. So I say just call him up to the Giants right now. Let's go. Give us 10 something OPS. We need another outfielder. He could be our guy.
I don't know. It's interesting the way he plays. Just to me, even though like they're not the same really, but it just feels like it's watching another Luis Gonzalez, but as a right-handed hitter. He kind of looks like
a lot more power
slap.
than Luis Gonzalez.
Yeah, but he does kind of look like a slap hitter. You know, he kind of just like pokes into areas, but he does have decent power.
Yeah, 14 homers in 59 games with the San Jose Giants. Yeah, look, remember that name. If any of you guys don't know about Von Brown, because he's not like ranked in our system really in the Giants prospect system because he's brand new and kind of old. But yeah, keep your eye on Von Brown because he has probably had the best results of anybody in our minor league system.
Yeah.
Other than maybe Kyle Harrison.
You just hope it translates as he moves up because he is older.
Right. But so far, everywhere he's played, he's killing it. So pretty exciting. For the pitching side for the Eugene Emeralds, there's a lot of guys we could talk about. Prelander Baroa, of course, we traded, and he's just been killing it, even with Seattle's minor league team. So it's kind of unfortunate. Yeah, I guess guys on the team. Well, Kyle Harrison, we just talked about, was on the team. Now he's on the Richmond Flying Squirrels, and he just strikes everyone out. So that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only pitcher that I kind of noticed in high A right now since Harrison left is Mason Black. I think he recently got called up.
There's Ryan Murphy, I think is.
Oh, Ryan
the
Murphy,
big
who
one.
just came back from injury recently, I think.
Yeah, he started 7 games, 290 ERA.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I kind of forgot about Murphy. He's also one to really look for.
yeah, he's ranked, let's see, 11th overall in our system, they say. Yeah, he's been really good. Struck out 13.6 per 9 innings with the Emeralds. He was really good last year with Eugene and San Jose. Yeah, another guy to look out for. A lot of pitchers in A-ball.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be nice if they could all just kind of show up on the major league squad at like by next season, but it's probably too soon for that.
We will see. We're going to need them based on how the team's doing this year. San Jose Giants, there's a few guys to talk about there as well. I would say the top guy, at least in the system, who was playing with the San Jose Giants was Will Bednar, brother of Pirates closer. What's that guy's first name?
I think it's David.
David Bednar? Okay, sounds right. Yeah, no, he's been okay for the San Jose Giants. He started 12 games, 4.19 ERA. Hoping for a little better from him, 22 years old. But yeah, still got some time to develop.
Yeah. He's someone I hope can be in Double-A by the end of the season, but I don't know. I mean, the struggles he started with as a 22-year-old is not too promising.
Got to take a step up at some point to get
Yeah.
called up. So far, he hasn't really done it. We can talk about Mason Black too, because you mentioned him before, because he
Yeah.
started with the San Jose and got called up.
Yeah,
He's been really good.
He was their 3rd-round pick last season, so he's also pretty fresh as a guy out of college. I hope he can. I think they plan for him to be a starter. Like a lot of these guys who are starters, like in the minors, usually become relievers if it doesn't really work out for them.
Yeah.
But there's definitely several guys who could become starters for the big league club.
Yeah. Let's see. Other highly ranked A-ball, low A, Matt Mikulsuki.
I think it's
See, is
Mikulski.
Oh yeah, Mikulski. Interesting. Yeah, Matt Mikulski. He's been a bit of a disappointment so far. He was fairly highly ranked in our system. How would I call him? Mikulsuski?
Yeah.
I like added an S and a U. Matt Mikulski. Excuse me. Yeah, 23 years old. He's kind of struggled so far. Kind of losing hope for him a little bit, but you never know.
Yeah, I mean, he was their 2nd-round pick last season. So basically, Mason Black has been the best out of those first 3 guys that they picked. Because I remember last season was very pitcher heavy in the draft.
One other guy who I don't think is ranked in our system, and he's just been relieving games, so he's not starting or anything. Jose Cruz, who was, I think, an international signing, Dominican Republic. His ERA is 2.66, and he's striking out 16.8 per 9 innings with the San Jose Giants.
You're saying he's just been more of like a reliever? Yeah.
Yeah, 18 relief appearances this year. Kind of walks a lot of guys, which isn't great, but you know, when you're striking out that many, that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, what you really are hoping for is that it just translates as they move up at each level. But
and then
yeah, maybe a closer option in the future for just the future.
In terms of offensive prospects, Averson Arteaga, it looks like, was our shortstop for the San Jose Giants. He's played 63 games this year. He's only 19 years old. He's very young. 786 OPS in 63 games for Arteaga this year. Looks like another international signing from Venezuela. Yeah, he's been okay. The 19-year-old, I mean, 786 for a shortstop is pretty good.
Yeah, I think they want him to really be the main starting shortstop in the future, but obviously it's so far ahead. You don't really know.
And then Grant McRae. I don't think we've talked
Yeah.
about him, right?
Yeah, we haven't talked about him. He was the guy I kind of alluded to when we were talking about high A.
Yeah.
He's been one of the better performing outfielders. Like him and Von Brown were kind of killing single A while they were playing together. And yeah, I think he was a 3rd round pick, and he's definitely going to get the call soon. I would expect to go
Yeah.
up to high A.
Yeah, he'll be joining the Emeralds. Emeralds are going to be so stacked by the end of the year. These call-ups. It'll be fun. All right. Anyway, anyone else you want to cover, or should we wrap it up?
Let's see. Did we talk much about Joey Bart after he was called down?
We didn't.
Or-
You're right.
Yeah,
we should touch on him real quick.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll pull up his exact numbers real quick. But yeah, he was sent. How many weeks ago was he sent down to the River Cats? It was a few.
It was like at least 2 weeks ago, I feel
And
like.
in that time, he has played a grand total of 3 games. Sacramento River Cats. I don't think he was injured, was he?
The team wasn't saying anything about it.
Yeah, so I don't know what went on. I think we were kind of left in the dark there. But yeah, he's played 3 games. He has had 13 plate appearances and only struck out twice, which really is all I care about. Like, I don't care if he's getting hits or not, but he's also getting hits. He's 4 for 11, a couple of walks. So please keep that up, Joey Bart. Just quit the strikeouts.
Yeah, I think I saw something where he was working with the hitting coach. I forgot his name. Let me look it up. Because he's new this season, right? Yeah, Justin
sure.
VL.
Okay. I knew I knew he was working with the hitting coaches down there, but
yeah, no, I think they're kind of working on his approach.
cool.
And hopefully, and they wanted to work on it in AAA, so hopefully it works out for him.
Yeah, I mean, big league team, we're doing fine with our catcher spot right now between Casale and Austin Wins.
Yeah, Austin Wins I feel like has been really good for them for what they got him for.
Yeah, I mean, he's struggled a bit more lately, but I don't know, man. For a catcher, he's been fine. We're getting like a 700 OPS from our catcher spot right now, which is, we'll take it with the state of the team. That's fine. So, yeah, I guess we should wrap it up here. We're planning to do these like every Sunday, roughly, make it a once a week thing. So I know we haven't really stuck to that yet because I've been kind of busy with everything, but yeah, so hopefully we'll see you guys again after they play. Did we say it was the Tigers and the White Sox, right?
Yes, I think so. The next series is the Tigers.
Yeah,
and then the White Sox right after.
2-game series, right? All right. So anything else to add? Should we wrap it up?
I think that's it.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. We will be back hopefully by Sunday with bringing news of 5 Giants wins in a row. And until then, this one is over.